and John 5 out in L.A. because they had this song a while and they were thinking of us with the music, and we loved it, So we put like I said earlier, we put our parts to it, and Ricky and Johnny wrote some lyrics that just fit. It was like all about the band, just tells the band story and a simple story. But we had earlier this year we went to Europe and we went to Liverpool and we went on the Beatle tour, and they take you to the houses and down Penny Lane, and you see all the stuff, the roundabout and the firemen and all the strawberry fields and this and that. So cool just to see what they saw every day, and they just wrote a song just totally about this road, where if you wrote one about where you live, it would kind of be, not that cool or not as good, and it's just a miracle song. It's so cool to be there and see what they did and how neat it is. And I think we got that idea from there and put it to our story, or they did to our story over here, and it's just about that.
It's pretty cool because when Johnny and I heard the music, it just reminded me of, like, of course, Southern, but we also thought about the way we were when we were young, and what came to mind, if you'll listen to the verse, we rehearsed. It says, "Practiced every day out on the Hell House land." The band had a place out on this creek called Hell House, and one of the reasons why we called it Hell House is because it was so damn hot. You couldn't hardly stand it. That's why we were probably all so skinny we couldn't. And the deal about it is, we wanted to let everybody know what we would like to remember and go back to if we could. You can't go back, of course, but it was really special to come up with those lyrics. Especially, it's almost like in honor of Ronnie, Gary, and Alan. And the deal about it is, you always want to go back to something. Southern ways is our way, and we're a Southern band, Southern rock band, and that's one of the big inspirations for that song, period. John 5, like he said, John 5 and Bob Marlette, Bob Marlette came in with the tune, and boy, it was so perfectly set up. And then all of a sudden I got it with John 5, because John, in the very beginning when we wrote with him, he walked in, and I don't know if anybody's ever seen John, but John's one of the coolest guys. But he comes walking in the day, and I'll never forget this as long as I live. He come walking in, and we're just sitting there looking at him. And like him coming into the band, it's got to be a tough thing to come walking in, and you see the three guys from Lynyrd Skynyrd just kind of sitting there looking at you. And he looked different. He was a freak. And we said that, and he goes, "Well, you guys are freaks too, So, we got along from that moment on, But then when I heard that song, I got it too about John. His whole thing is embedded in really heartfelt, soulful music. And that's what, to me, Lynyrd Skynyrd is really about, is heartfelt, very soulful, very salt of the earth stuff, you know what I mean?
Billy plays on some of the tunes, but not this particular one. But Bob Marlette played on that, and he played like Billy and thought, what would Billy play here? And it took him a while to do that, and just make it as simple and good as he could. So it was great.